Well, hello everyone, and thank you for joining us on the Conference Carolina's digital network. You're looking live in Pepsi Stadium in Tigerville, South Carolina. That is today's setting for the quarterfinals of the 2021-22 Conference Carolina's Women's Soccer Championships. And today's matchup features the visiting Barton Bulldogs taking on the home team, the North Greenville Crusaders. Before the kickoff, let's take you through each team's starting 11s, starting out with the starting lineups for Barton. In goal, number 1, Rachel Cox. Defenders, number 45, Avery Vorholt. Number 5, Haley Grunberg. And number 10, Haley Russell. And outside back, number 20, Gianna Ferrigni. Into the midfield, number 19, Ashley Dacus, along with number 8, Cassie Krull, and number 6, Evie Kenna. And up top, number 32, Olivia Bronson. Number 9, Lexus Goldberg. And number 14, Amanda Barata. So that's starting 11 for the Bulldogs. And now onto the home side, the North Greenville Crusaders, a very strong starting 11 that head coach Andy Robinson has stuck with all season long. In goal, number 00, Lizzie Luzzy, the junior who has kept 10 clean sheets this season. Into that back line, the center back partnership of number 23, Sarah Hazelwood, and number 14, Ainsley Robinson. Outside backs, number 21, Kayla Cruz, and right back, number 27, Alyssa Mendez. Into the midfield, a very strong midfield with number 25, Natalie Johnson, the holder, as well as number 16, Shelby Shepard, and number 17, Megan Beal. And up top, 3 very good forwards. First up, number 9, Faith Nealer, who has 7 goals so far this season. Number 8, Romy Contreras, who has 8 goals. And number 19, Emma Shearer on the right side. So those are your starting 11s for both teams. North Greenville today will be attacking from left to right in their all white kits, but Barton will have the ball to start out this first half, and they're all blue away kits going from right to left. Referee looks at his watch, and he blows the whistle, and we are underway in Tigerville, folks. First touch of the half for Evie Kenna, taken away from her by Megan Beal. And Beal plays it forward towards the running Emma Shearer. And Shearer will keep it in play, taking on that outside back, Avery Durholt, and she clears it forward. Alyssa Mendez with work to do, and the throw is won. Nice work there by number 32, Olivia Bronson for the Bulldogs, the forward from Gaithersburg, Maryland. Well, folks, it's a nice day in Tigerville for a game of soccer today. Currently in Tigerville, in terms of weather, it is 50 degrees and sunshine shining on the field. Bronson plays it back to the defender, and that's Amanda Barata. And now here's Cassie Krull playing long for the Bulldogs. Sarah Hazelwood with the header. And she gets it out to her forward. That's number 9, Faith Nealer. As I mentioned, she has 7 goals and 1 assist on the season. And for Nealer, since she joined the program 1 year ago, she has 17 career goals. So let's see if the number 9 can find the net today for North Greenville. For now, Shelby Shepard plays long, looking for the speedy Romy Contreras, who has 8 goals on the season. And Rachel Cox has to clear, and she does. Given away to Megan Beal, though, who has a shot, and wide of the goal it goes. And it'll be the first goal kick of the day for the junior goalkeeper for the Bulldogs from Wilson, North Carolina, Rachel Cox. Natalie Johnson wins it back for North Greenville, and now Cassie Krull plays it forward and only finds the feet of Ainsley Robinson, who has been a very good center back for North Greenville in her tenure with this program. And she is the youngest daughter of the head coach, and we'll get to that coaching staff in just a second, but the head coach is Andy Robinson for the Lady Crusaders. And what a historic family that has had a tremendous impact on this NGU women's soccer program. Starting off, and there is Robinson once again. As I mentioned, she's the youngest of 3 daughters for head coach Andy Robinson. The oldest, Ashton, went through this program and graduated in 2018. There is the head coach over there on the far side with the white hat and the white hoodie and the black jacket. So he is the head coach. He's assisted by Katie Taylor, Rocky Pops Robinson, and Kara Berry. But going back to his daughters, Ashton graduated and went through this program in 2018. His second daughter, Abby Robinson, graduated this past spring and went through this program for 4 years. And there in the back line, number 14, Ainsley Robinson, getting another start as the center back. And she's already putting in the hard work. Speaking of hard work, here is Romy Contreras on this right side, driving into the box and getting the cross in. Pulls it back for Emma Shear, who has a shot, and it's blocked away by Cassie Cruel. And that's out as far as Evie Kenna. Kenna once again playing to the far side, and the pass for looked like Avery Vorholtz was a little ahead of her, so it will be a throw in for the Crusaders. Shelby Shepard now playing back to Sarah Hazelwood. Hazelwood will play along, and Cox will keep it in play for a continuation of the clock running and play continuing. Well, folks, if you're just joining us on the Conference Carolinas Digital Network, thank you for joining us for this afternoon's matchup in the quarterfinals of the 2021-22 Women's Soccer Tournament. This match is going to feature Barton and North Greenville. And for Barton, they're coming into this matchup sitting on a 6-3-3 conference record. They're 9-5-3 overall, and they're in 6th place in the Conference Carolinas women's soccer standings. And for North Greenville, they are 9-1-2 in conference, 11-3-4 overall, and are currently in 3rd place in the women's soccer standings. And it is a very important match for both these teams, as any playoff game is. But the winner of this game will move on to the semifinals of this tournament. And that semifinal game is going to be played on this coming, next Friday, November 12th. So today, November 6th, is the date for the quarterfinals, and the semifinals will take place next Friday, November 12th, in Florence, South Carolina, at the Florence Soccer Complex. And the winner of this matchup will see the number 2 team in the conference, UNC Pembroke, and that game will take place at 7 p.m. And in the other part of the bracket, Lees McRae today is going to be facing Belmont Abbey, and the winner of that game is going to be playing against Mount Olive in the other semifinal, and that game is going to be played at 4:30 p.m. next Friday, November 12th. So a goal kick to come for Rachel Cox and the Barton Bulldogs. And excuse me, that's actually going to be a free kick for Rachel Cox after the offsides call against number 9, Faith Needler, for the Crusaders. Here's Sarah Hazelwood, the one of many seniors in the starting 11 for North Greenville. And alongside her, there's also number 21, Kayla Cruz, Sarah Hazelwood, number 27, Alyssa Mendez, number 25, Natalie Johnson, number 16, Shelby Shepard, number 17, Megan Beal. And there are several other seniors on the bench who will definitely be mentioned as they come into this game later on. For now, a good clearance from Ainsley Robinson, and it'll be a throw-in for the Bulldogs. Here's Olivia Bronson, winning it back for the Bulldogs and finding Vorholt. And it'll be a Crusaders throw-in. Well, going back to those seniors, they had that senior night a couple weeks ago as they took on Shaw University and won that game in honoring those seniors. And a total of 12 in the team for North Greenville. But yes, they took on Shaw University this past Friday, October 29th, and they won that game by a score of 2-0. And that got them to their record at this point, which is 11-3-4 overall on the season. Here is Emma Shearer. Alyssa Mendez. Headed away by, looks like Evie Kenna. Only as far as Sarah Hazelwood, and back to Evie Kenna it goes. Long ball by Shelby Shepard looking for Romy Contreras. And nicely done there by the defender. It looks like number 5, Haley Grunberg for the Bulldogs, shielding off Romy Contreras. And here's the punt by Rachel Cox, going all the way through. And the challenge from Olivia Bronson on Natalie Johnson will bring a foul and a free kick for Sarah Hazelwood to take. Nice move there by, looks like number 14, Amanda Barata, the senior from High Point, North Carolina. Kicking it out of play, and Emma Shear will kick it out of play now for a goal kick. Well, folks, you can see in the background there the trees. It is beautiful in Tigerville as the weather is getting cooler. Temperatures are dropping slightly. And we're getting into a really nice time to play soccer. Not too hot, but nice and cool. And not to mention the beautiful scenery in the backdrop of Pepsi Stadium. Long ball played forward by Barton. And it's Olivia Bronson looking for Alexis Goldberg. And a good clearance by Alyssa Mendez that will carry out for a throw-in for Barton. So Gianna Ferrigni will take this throw-in for the Bulldogs. Battling for the ball there in the corner is number 10, Haley Russell, against Kayla Cruz, and Cruz will clear. Barata to Cassie Cruel. Headed away by Shelby Shepard. And it's given out to Romy Contreras on this left side. Faith Needler running onto it. And Needler will keep the ball in play and win the throw-in. Nice work there by the number 9 for the Crusaders from Columbus, Georgia, to be able to keep that ball in play and prevent the goal kick and win the throw. Here's Needler again. Kayla Cruz now. Needler crosses in, and into the side netting it goes, and it'll be a goal kick. Few chances developing so far for the Crusaders, but as of yet they have not found the back of Rachel Cox's net. And the last time these two teams met earlier this season, it was a very close game and a low-scoring game as well. So the final score of that game, which took place almost a month ago on October 9th, the final score was 1-0, and the lone goal in that game came from the sophomore from Foxborough, North Carolina, Abby Mayer for North Greenville, who scored on a penalty kick to beat Rachel Cox. And so far today, as it was the last time these two teams met, it remains scoreless, at least for now. Rachel Cox now coming off of her line and out of her box, and the goal is gaping for Faith Needler, who has a shot, and it goes! Well, Rachel Cox came out of the 18-yard box to potentially clear it, and she did clear it only as far as Faith Needler. And look at the bench on the far side for North Greenville. They're loving it, and so is Andy Robinson and Katie Taylor, the coaches. What a start for North Greenville, 15 minutes in. That was really unexpected. And for Faith Needler, here's the replay. Once again, Rachel Cox had the clearance, and Faith Needler with the net gaping and the goal wide open. She took advantage and found it from about 25 yards out. And folks, your score with 30 minutes left to go in the first half, North Greenville 1, Barton 0. So a great start for Andy Robinson and North Greenville. And on the flip side for Barton, Peter Mays, who is the head coach of the Barton Bulldogs, is not happy. But questions certainly have to be asked about the junior goalkeeper, Rachel Cox, who cleared it, but it went to Faith Needler, who found an open net. And folks, for Faith Needler, that's her 8th goal on the season and her 18th career goal for North Greenville in just a year and a half in the program. So what an impressive start to her career for the number 9. And she gets the Crusaders on the board early. Well, how ironic. I was just talking about how it was a low-scoring game. And with one goal already on the board, 15 minutes in, you have to ask how many more goals could possibly come. But for now, it will be a throw-in for the Bulldogs to be taken by Gianna Ferrigni. And Alyssa Mendez will prevent Lexus Goldberg from going any further, but a throw-in to come once again. In the box now is Haley Russell cutting inside. Russell plays it across, and here's the shot from Barton, and over the net it goes. That was Amanda Barata with the shot, and it will be a goal kick for the junior goalkeeper for North Greenville, Lizzie Luzzy. She plays short and finds Ansley Robinson. Alyssa Mendez with a loose touch, and it will be a throw-in to Barton. Well, going back to that Barton coaching staff, their head coach is by the name of Peter Mays. So he is the head women's soccer coach. And for Peter Mays, he was hired just this past summer. Lexus Goldberg with the shot, and over the bar it goes. Nice shot there by number 9, Lexus Goldberg, for the Bulldogs, the 5'1" sophomore from Sanford, North Carolina. But going back to Peter Mays, he was hired this past summer, and he's in his first season with the Barton Bulldogs. Previously for Mays, he served as an assistant coach for Limestone College in Gaffney, South Carolina for 3 years, and he helped lead the Saints of Limestone College to a 32-15 mark while coaching 17 all-conference selections, 16 all-region honorees, and 1 All-American, as an offsides call is there against North Greenville. For Peter Mays, he also served as an assistant women's soccer coach for Salisbury High School in Maryland for 4 years. And while at that school, he coached the 2002 boys for Delaware ODP. And he mentored the 2002 and 2005 boys at the River Soccer Club. So that is the head coach for the Barton Bulldogs. You see him there on the top of your screen on the left side. Nice little attack here developing for North Greenville. Shelby Shepard is running onto her pass. And nice work by Shepard to keep the ball in play, taking on Gianna Ferrigni. Shepard crosses, and Amanda Barata will kick it out of play along with Haley Grunberg. And it will be a corner kick to the Crusaders. And coming over to take it is the ever so dangerous number 21, Kayla Cruz. So Cruz will have an outswinging corner. Here's the delivery into the box towards Megan Beal, and it's in! 2 goals for North Greenville in 20 minutes, and 2 goals in 5 minutes of these last few. And Kayla Cruz with a great corner kick, Megan Beal with the header, and what a great start to this first half for Andy Robinson's side. And they're already 2 goals to the good in the first half. Barton 0, North Greenville 2. What a great header there by Megan Beal off the corner kick. And the senior from Lenexa, Kansas gets the goal. And for Megan Beal, what a header. And not only that, but for Megan Beal, she now adds to her tally, and she has 7 goals on the season, along with 5 assists. And that's 20 career goals for the senior. But the bigger headline is, if this result stands, North Greenville is going through to the semifinals. But for now, a nice ball played through to Alexis Goldberg, and it's cleared by Sarah Hazelwood. Amanda Barata to Olivia Bronson. Well, folks, I'll tell you what, they were working on corners in practice a good bit this week. And a great display of their practice there as Kayla Cruz had a great delivery into the box. And number 17, Megan Beal, found the back of the net. Here's Sarah Hazelwood to Faith Needler. Referee spots a foul, and it will be a free kick to the Bulldogs. Long ball forward by Haley Grunberg, and it's cleared away by Ainsley Robinson. There is, looks like one of those substitutes who came in a moment ago for the Bulldogs. 2 substitutes, in fact. That's number 21, Taylor Smith. And number 19, Ashley Dacus, getting into the match for the Bulldogs. Running onto this ball is Romy Contreras. And play continues for the Bulldogs with Alexis Goldberg, and a nice play by the goal scorer, Megan Beal, who, as I mentioned, just got her 8th goal of the season just moments ago off a beautiful corner kick by Kayla Cruz. Nice ball, though, to the outside, and here is Alexis Goldberg for the Bulldogs. Bronson. Trying to get inside. Now here's the substitute, Taylor Smith. Cleared away by Shepard. And now here's North Greenville on the counterattack with Romy Contreras. I guess Beal was looking for Emma Shear, who wasn't making a run. And it's going to go out of play for a Barton Bulldogs throw-in. Beal finding Faith Nadler, who scored the first goal. And now here's Shepard. And now Barton wins it back, and here they are on the counterattack. On the far side is Olivia Bronson. Still Bronson. Hazelwood wins it back, and Faith Needler will keep it in play. And a nice header by Taylor Smith to find Cassie Cruel, who maintains possession. Smith gets the return. And she goes down from the challenge of Emma Shear, and the referee will, looks like he will give the throw-in. Goldberg. 22 minutes left to go in the first half, and North Greenville continuing to maintain their 2-0 advantage over the Barton Bulldogs, with the goals coming from number 9, Faith Needler, and a few moments ago off a corner kick by number 17, Megan Beal. Here's Avery Vorhold to Haley Russell. Russell cuts inside, and a nice takeaway by Beal to find Shepard, as Cruz finds Needler. Needler to Beal, looking for Romy Contreras, and Rachel Cox comes off her line and claims. First off, and second of all, nice work by Natalie Johnson to win the throw. And that was Amanda Barato with the clearance that went off of her, and it will be a throw in for the Bulldogs once again. Headed away by Ainsley Robinson, and she finds Megan Beal. Still Beal, taking on Amanda Barata, trying to get around her. And Beal goes on. She's worked really hard so far in this half, and she's already gotten a goal. Nice move by Beal to get past Barata. And Barata will get the pass, but loses out to Emma Shear, who crosses in, headed away by Haley Grunberg. And cleared away once again by Cassie Cruel. And now here's Haley Russell on the far side with the counterattack for the Bulldogs, taking on Kayla Cruz. She crosses. On the back post is Lexus Goldberg with the shot, and over the bar it goes. Well, a good chance there for the Bulldogs, as Lexus Goldberg had the shot. And now with the stoppage of play, some substitutions will come into the match for North Greenville. And it looks like there are a few of them. So coming into the match for North Greenville, looks like number 22, Victoria Valentine, another one of those seniors of the many for North Greenville, the senior from Fort Myers, Florida. And a little miscue here by Barton. Rachel Cox there in the nick of time with the clearance. And now here's Sarah Hazelwood to clear. Faith Needler finding Natalie Johnson. Mendez now will keep possession, and she finds Ansley Robinson. Barata to Cassie Krull, who gets the return from Evie Kenna. Alexis Goldberg running onto it, but no problem for Mendez. Out of play it goes. So going back to those substitutions, though, for North Greenville, number 22, Victoria Valentine, comes into the match, as well as number 6 on that left side of the defense as Kayla Cruz comes off. Coming in for is number 6, Cameron Pagliaro. And another change was up front as Emma Shearer comes off. And into the match comes the freshman for North Greenville, number 31, Alexa Fight, the freshman from Fate, Texas. So 3 changes for Andy Robinson with 17:15 left to go in the first half. And with North Greenville continuing to hold their 2-0 advantage, if they continue to keep doing what they're doing and hold this lead, they will move on to the semifinals of the 2021-22 Conference Carolinas Women's Soccer Tournament. And just to remind you, that matchup will take place this coming Friday, November 12th at the Florence Soccer Complex in Florence, South Carolina. And the winner of this game will take on the University of UNC Pembroke. So UNC Pembroke will be awaiting in that matchup. And that'll be the second semifinal, which will take place next Friday at 7 p.m. And the winner of the other matchup, which is between the winner of the other quarterfinal today between Leeds McRae and Belmont Abbey. That's being played in Banner Elk, North Carolina at the moment. So they will be playing at 2 p.m. today, Leeds McRae and Belmont Abbey. And the winner of that game will play against the number 1 team in the conference and the reigning Conference Carolinas champions, the Mount Olive Trojans. And that matchup next Friday will take place at 4:30 p.m. at the Florence Soccer Complex in Florence, South Carolina. Here's Natalie Johnson to Alexa Fight, getting one of her first touches of the half. Finding Romy Contreras. Contreras goes down. Play continues though, and the referee will blow back for, looks like a foul against Contreras, against the defender. So it will be a free kick rather than a free kick to North Greenville, a free kick for Barton. Victoria Valentine finding Megan Beal, who had a loose touch, and she loses out and finds Evie Kenna. Nice clearance there by the substitute, Cameron Pagliaro. Another one of the seniors in the class of 2022 for the Crusaders. Beal looking for Robinson, and it's a giveaway by North Greenville. Bronson gives the return to Alexis Goldberg, who has a shot in the goal. Well, a good response by Barton, and a mistake in the back by Sarah Hazelwood leads to the response that gets Barton right back in this game. Nice work there by Alexis Goldberg and Olivia Bronson. And now with 14 minutes left to go in the first half, it is Barton 1, North Greenville 2. Peter May's side with a huge response as the duo of Lexis Goldberg and Olivia Bronson come off. And into the match for them is number 23, Brenna Keegan, and number 42, Hannah Johnson. But a good response by the Bulldogs to get right back in this game. And folks, this half is not over yet. So we're back underway. Sarah Hazelwood will clear long, and she finds, or was looking for, the run of Alexa Fight. And it will be a Bulldogs throw in. So after thinking for a little bit that North Greenville would cruise throughout the rest of this half and maintain their 2-0 advantage, a mistake in the back by North Greenville leads to the first goal for Barton. And before play continues, it looks like a substitution will come into the match for the Bulldogs. And it looks like another one in the midfield. That's number 28, Caitlin Bragg, coming into the match, the senior from Swansboro, North Carolina. And the other subs, as I mentioned, number 23, Brenna Keegan, is a senior from Huntley, Illinois. And number 42, Hannah Johnson, is a freshman from Oneonta, New York. Ball forward by the Bulldogs. Johnson is running onto it, and now Haley Russell gets it to Hannah Johnson. In the box now is Barton with the striker. Johnson has a shot, and it's in! Oh my goodness, what a turnaround. It's 2-2. The goal, she just came on. Number 42, Hannah Johnson, the freshman. What a strike. And out of nothing, after Barton goes down 2-0, they respond quickly with 2 goals in a little over 3 minutes. And now with 12.5 minutes to go in the first half, Barton 2, North Greenville 2. Well, what a response by Barton in the second half. Peter May's side getting 2 goals very quickly. And it goes to show that one team, though they're down, they can get tested, but they can always respond. And for Barton, they've done just that. So, folks, we have a game on our hands now in Tigerville in Pepsi Stadium, as Barton has just gotten 2 goals in a little over 3 minutes for Peter Mays. And what a response from this team. But for now, we're back underway as Cameron Pagliaro will clear, and out of play goes for a throw-in for the Bulldogs. Smith to Hannah Johnson. Also into the match for North Greenville is number 2, Elaney Sprinkle, coming into the midfield. Given away by the Bulldogs as Victoria Valentine finds Elaney Sprinkle. She has a shot, blocked away. It's still there for North Greenville with Faith Needler, who finds Natalie Johnson, and the ball will go out of play for a throw-in for the Bulldogs. Another sub that came in for the Crusaders is number 20, Molly Platt, for and it looks like it was for Ansley Robinson, who came off. So Natalie Johnson goes into that CDM role. And here is Ansley Robinson finding Sarah Hazelwood to Elaney Sprinkle, and another giveaway by the Crusaders. And a free kick won by North Greenville with now 10.5 minutes to go in the first half. Well, folks, I'll tell you what, this went from 2-0 to 2-2 in a flash. And pretty much for this past little bit, the Barton Bulldogs have gotten in behind the Crusaders defense, and they got 2 goals in 3 minutes coming from the number 9, Alexis Goldberg, and number 42, Hannah Johnson, getting on the board for the Bulldogs in response to 2 goals for North Greenville by Faith Needler and Megan Beal. But a very, very eventful first half for both of these teams. For now, here's Faith Needler on the attack for the Crusaders, taking on Taylor Smith. Nice tackle there by number 27, Keely Bowen, another one of those substitutes for Barton, the junior from Wake Forest, North Carolina. And now here's North Greenville's chance to maintain possession. Hazelwood to Molly Platt. Elaney Sprinkle looking for Alexa Fight, and Barton will win it back. And it looks like some more substitutes will come in just a few moments for both sides. And as a result of the throw-in, that is what is going to happen. So Alexa Fight comes off for the Crusaders. And it looks like coming in for her is number 8, Abby Mayer. So a throw in for North Greenville in towards Faith Needler with a shot. Good save by Rachel Cox. Very good chance for North Greenville to get right back in the lead, but a good save by the junior goalkeeper for the Bulldogs. Romy Contreras now on the attack, looking for Faith Needler, who's through, and another good save by Cox. Well, going back to those substitutes for the Bulldogs, right there on the left side of your screen is number 44, Raven Fols. Other substitute that came in was number 22, Cambria Oldham, the freshman from Southport, North Carolina. Here is Hannah Johnson, who scored the second goal for the Bulldogs in this half. North Greenville struggling to clear, and they now do. Taylor Smith for the Bulldogs now.
Yes, good ball.
To Brenna Keegan. Needler. Given away to Taylor Smith. Nice move by Smith, not once but twice. And now here is a ball forward by the Bulldogs. And Ansley Robinson will watch it roll out of play for a goal kick with 7 minutes left to go in the first half. A very interesting contest now that North Barton has gotten back into this game with 2 goals to get them right back in this quarterfinal. So now it is anybody's game for either Barton or North Greenville. Foul there by Sarah Hazelwood on Brenna Keegan, and it will be a free kick to the Bulldogs. Clock continuing to wind down in this first half. But with 6 minutes left to go, there are still some chances for both teams to share. Keegan cleared away by Molly Platt, and out it goes for a Bulldogs throw-in. And now a corner kick to come for Barton now. And the goal scorer, Hannah Johnson, the freshman, will go over to take it. And she scored with her left foot at the top of the 18 a little bit ago. Let's see what she can do with this corner. Here's the in-swinging delivery. Into the 6. Haley Grunberg is there, and it goes over the bar for a goal kick. Another great chance for the Barton Bulldogs to possibly get their third goal to complete a unlikely turnaround in the first half. But it will be a goal kick for Lizzie Luzzy. Luzzy will play short and find Sarah Hazelwood. Looking for the run of Romy Contreras and cleared away by Haley Grunberg. 4.5 minutes to go in Tigerville now in the first half. Grunberg is there again, and this time it'll be a corner kick to the Crusaders. They scored off a corner kick earlier in this half with the delivery from Kayla Cruz. And with her on the bench, it'll be Eleni Sprinkle, the sophomore from Spartanburg, South Carolina, to take this corner kick. She had several options in the box. Let's see what she can do with her right foot. It's a good delivery into the 6. Punched away by Rachel Cox. At the top of the box is Natalie Johnson, and now here's Hannah Johnson on the counter. Nice takeaway by Cameron Pagliaro, who crosses in looking for Rumi Contreras. And it's cleared away by Barton. Smith was trying to give Hannah Johnson the return, and it will be a throw into the Lady Crusaders. Eleni Sprinkle will take this throw in. Clock continuing to wind down in this first half with now 3:20 left to go. Shot by Faith Needler, and it's an easy save for Rachel Cox, but an important save to keep this thing locked at 2-2. Throw in for Molly Platt to take for the Crusaders. Johnson. Another one of those substitutes for North Greenville. Looks like number 26, Abigail Schultz, who came into the match. Abby Mayer will be unable to keep that ball in play, and it will be a throw in to the Bulldogs.
Let's go, finish it, 2-1, let's go.
Here's the incoming throw in from Eleni Sprinkle with 2 minutes to go now. Into the box is Faith Needler. She goes down. Referee says it will be looks like a penalty kick. Let me make sure that the referee has made clear that that is a call. And yes, it will be a penalty kick to North Greenville. So just like it was in the previous matchup between these two teams, North Greenville scored a lone goal from a penalty kick that was taken by Abby Mayer, who is on the field, but this time it'll be number 20, Molly Platt, to take the penalty kick against Rachel Cox. So a very important penalty kick with a little over a minute to go in the first half. Molly Platt, the sophomore, will stand over the penalty kick, and she will strike it with her left foot. And here is Molly Platt, and it's a good goal. Rachel Cox dove the right way, but it was well placed, and into the corner it goes. North Greenville retakes the lead with 57 seconds to go in the first half, and a crucial goal for the Crusaders and for Andy Robinson. Your score in Tigerville, Barton 2, North Greenville 3. A very good penalty, and Rachel Cox, the goalkeeper, was close to it, but it wasn't enough to keep out a very good penalty from the sophomore from North Greenville from Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, Molly Platt. And before things continue, it looks like the center referee is talking to Peter Mays, the head coach for Barton, who is questioning why the penalty was given. But it was from the challenge of Rachel Cox on number 9, Faith Needler, who went down, and the referee didn't have any other choice. So after that conversation with Mays, the referee blows the whistle, and we're back underway for this last minute and a half in the first half. Here's Taylor Smith for the Bulldogs. Nice header there by Eleni Sprinkle. And now a minute and 2 seconds to go in the first half.
1 minute remaining.
Well, folks, I'll tell you what, it's been a crazy first half for both of these teams. A seesaw back and forth game as North Greenville initially took the lead 2-0. Then Barton responded with 2 goals in 3 minutes from Hannah Johnson and Lexus Goldberg. And right before the end of the half, the sophomore from Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, Molly Platt, scored a penalty kick after North Greenville won the PK. But now here's 20 seconds to go and a chance for Barton to maybe tie it up. And here is the incoming shot, headed away by Pagliaro. It's still not clear, and it is clear now.
10, 9,
Last
8,
10 seconds of the first
7,
half. Taylor Smith.
6, 5, 4, 3, 2.
And now here's Oldham with the long shot, and it's saved by Lizzie Luzzy. Well, folks, a crazy first half. After these teams first met way back on October 9th, the game ended with a score of 1-0. And after that game just saw 1 goal, we see 5 in the first half between these two teams in the quarterfinals of the Conference Carolinas Women's Soccer Tournament. So a very good first half between both of these squads. These two teams are going to take a quick timeout, and we'll take a timeout with them on the Conference Carolinas digital network. But your score in Tigerville after the first half, Barton 2, North Greenville 3.
Conference Carolina believes in the development and formation of the whole person, in body, mind, and soul. Our students are nationally recognized for their extraordinary success in the classroom, in the community, and at the highest levels of the NCAA competitions. Please visit conferencecarolinas.com to learn more about Conference Carolinas. Conference Carolina is where tradition is unmatched and excellence is earned daily. Our 13 member institutions work hard daily to build champions in body, mind, and soul. It's who we are. Please visit conferencecarolinas.com to learn more about Conference Carolinas. And I'm back with the madness. I'm a champion. I'm the man who believe in champions. I got nothing but dreams inside. I got nothing but dreams. Still believe. Young enough not to know what to believe in. Young enough not to know what to believe in. I got rage every day on the inside. But everything I do is fair and cute. I'm trying to go out the light. I'm trying to go out the light. I'm just young enough to still believe, still believe. Young enough not to know what to believe in. Young enough not to know what to believe. I can do it. Make sure to keep up with all great things happening in Conference Carolinas through social media. You can follow Conference Carolinas on Twitter and Instagram at CONF Carolinas. Make sure to also like Conference Carolinas on Facebook at facebook.com/Conference Carolinas. Keep up to date on all great things happening in Conference Carolinas by visiting conferencecarolinas.com daily.
And welcome back to the Conference Carolina's digital network for the kickoff of the second half of this quarterfinal matchup in the 2021-22 Conference Carolina's women's soccer tournament between Barton College and North Greenville University. The first half between these two teams showcased 5 goals. And for Barton, the goals came from number 9, Alexis Goldberg, and number 42, Hannah Johnson. for North Greenville. The goals came from number 17, Megan Beal. The first goal for the Crusaders was by number 9, Faith Needler. And the last goal was a penalty kick by number 20, Molly Platt. So off we go for the start of the second half as North Greenville will have the ball to start out. And their white kids attacking from right to left. And the Bulldogs will be attacking from left to right. And they're all blue away kits. Referee blows his whistle, and we are now underway for the start of the second half. An early touch for Faith Needler, who finds Shelby Shepard. And now here's the outside back for North Greenville, Kayla Cruz trying to win it back from Haley Russell. And now here's Barton's chance with Olivia Bronson getting her first touches of the half. Long ball forward and a decent ball. That's one of the other changes made by head coach Peter Mays for the Bulldogs is number 25, Samantha Cole, the sophomore from Reedsville, North Carolina, at right back for the start of the second half. So a goal kick to come, and the first of this half for Lizzie Luzzy. And it will be a short goal kick to Sarah Hazelwood. And now here's Romy Contreras finding Emma Shear, who gives her the return. Needler cleared away by Cole. And out of play goes from the intervention by Natalie Johnson, and it will be a throw into the Bulldogs. Contreras now wins it back for North Greenville. Still Contreras, and she wins a free kick. Well, once again, there are the coaches, Peter Mays and Andy Robinson, at the helm for both programs. As Sarah Hazelwood will take this free kick and find Megan Beal, and it's cleared away by Haley Grunberg. Alyssa Mendez looking for Emma Shear. Referee allows play to continue, and now a spell of possession for North Greenville with Ansley Robinson. Needler. Kayla Cruz with a loose touch, and it will be a throw in to the Bulldogs. Given away by Cole and finds Needler. And Robinson will kick it out of play. Well, folks, let's go through both teams and how they have gotten to this point in the season, starting off with the visiting Barton Bulldogs. They are 9-5-3 overall, and they're 6-3-3 in conference. And in terms of their conference games, they opened up their season on September 11th at home against Emmanuel College, and they won by a score of 2-1. Then they played at Belmont Abbey on September 17th, and they tied them in double overtime 1-1. Then they lost 4-0 at home against the number 2 team in the conference, UNC Pembroke. Then they played at Southern Wesleyan and won 3-1. Then their first game of this past month, October, was against King University at home, and they won 6-0. Then they played the reigning conference champions Mount Olive and lost 1-0. And of course, on October 9th, they played here in Pepsi Stadium against the Crusaders and lost by a score of 1-0. Then they played Erskine College on the 16th, and they won by a score of 2-0. And then they had back-to-back 1-1 ties in double overtime. The first coming on October 19th at Chowan, where they tied them 1-1. And then they tied Lees McRae on the road 1-1. And then they played at Francis Marion in Florence, South Carolina on October 27th. And they won that game by a score of 2-1. And then they had their last conference game of the regular season against Converse, and they won that game by a score of 3-1. And then to start out the conference tournament this year, they opened up the first round at home against the Chowan Hawks, and in an exciting match, they won by a score of 3-2. And in that game for the Bulldogs, the goals were scored by number 10, Haley Russell, in the 18th minute. Lexus Goldberg then got on the board in the second half, and she scored in the 73rd minute. And after Chowan tied the game 2-2 in the 86th minute, number 6, Evie Kenna, got the winning goal off of a rocket from the corner kick and found the top left corner. And that is how the Bulldogs made it to this match. And speaking of the Bulldogs, here they are with some possession. Given out to North Greenville, though, and here is Faith Needler. Winning it back and finding Sarah Hazelwood. Needler again. Nice ball by Shepard to find Emma Shear, who finds Rumi Contreras at the top of the box, who has a shot. Deflection, and it will be Samantha Cole's ball. Long ball played forward, and out of her box comes Lizzie Luzzy, and she clears it out of play for a throw-in. Here's Olivia Bronson. Given away to Kayla Cruz, who finds Hazelwood. And she gives out, but she wins the free kick just before Olivia Bronson takes the shot. And it will be a free kick in the first of the half for North Greenville. Robinson. All the way out to that far side is Alyssa Mendez. Natalie Johnson. Faith Needler cutting inside of Cole. And a nice tackle by Samantha Cole to win the ball back for the Bulldogs. The Faith Needler is Johnny on the spot. Kayla Cruz now. Cole heads it away. Now another chance for Ansley Robinson to clear forward. Just back and forth stuff between both of these teams, struggling to keep possession, and it will be a throw-in now for the Bulldogs. Cole. Give it away to Johnson, and she finds Romy Contreras. Contreras looking for Emma Shear, and the deflection from Barton brings the ball right back to her feet. Haley Russell now for Barton. Referee says the ball was played and allows play to continue as Haley Russell will play forward. And now here's Ansley Robinson. Shepard. Megan Beal, who scored the second goal in the first half off of a great corner by Kayla Cruz. But a nice move there by Emma Shear, and she wins the throw-in. Neither wins it back, and so does Barton. Looking for Olivia Bronson, who goes down. Referee allows play to continue and says, get up. Beal. Shepard. Cruz. North Greenville just trying to maintain possession and be content with their 3-2 lead, at least for now. But folks, the last time these two teams met, the game only saw 1 goal. And so far in this matchup, we've seen 5 get in the back of both teams' nets. Nice ball played forward by Barton, and here is Lexus Goldberg for the Bulldogs to keep it in, taking on Alyssa Mendez. Goldberg crosses. Hazelwood is there, and she clears. Faith Needler goes down from the challenge. Play continues, though. And the referee will now award a free kick to the Crusaders after a handball by Evie Kenna for the Bulldogs. Well, folks, we talked about Barton and how they've gotten to this point in the competition. Let's go over to the home side, the North Greenville Crusaders. They're 11-3-4 on the season. And they are 9-1-2 in conference. As Megan Beal is here in the box, she will cut inside and keep the ball. Megan Beal has the shot, and it's into the side netting. So a goal kick for Rachel Cox now. But like I said, the Crusaders are 11-3-4 overall and 9-1-2 in the conference. They opened up their season against Lander in a 2-2 draw here in Pepsi Stadium in double overtime. Then they lost to Furman on the road 5-0. Then they traveled to Lenoir Ryan University and tied them 1-1. And then they opened up conference play at Chowan University, the Hawks in Murfreesboro, North Carolina. And they won that game by a score of 1-0. Then they played here against North Georgia and lost 1-0. And then they traveled to Emmanuel College to get back into conference play and won that game 4-1. Then they came back here to Pepsi Stadium to take on the Bluefield State College women's soccer team. And that ball will go out of play, and it will be a penalty kick for North Greenville. Wow. Well, 15 minutes into the second half, and Rachel Cox twice now has been questioned about a penalty kick call after she gave away a penalty kick in the first half. And Rachel Cox is not only asking the center ref, but the side judge as well. And it looks like Emma Shear got a loose touch to get the ball away from her. And she wins the PK, but Shelby Shepard will take it. So nice work by North Greenville, and 15 minutes into the first half, Shelby Shepard has the chance to maybe put this game to bed for the Crusaders. She has 8 goals on the season so far, Shelby Shepard. And a save by Cox. And the shot once again, saved again by Cox. Oh, what a save by the goalkeeper. 2 PKs in this game for North Greenville. And both times they've gone to the goalkeeper's right side. Last time around, Rachel Cox couldn't make the save, but this time she does. Here's the replay as Shelby Shepard had the chance to put the game away for the Crusaders. And a big save here once again by Rachel Cox, coming off her line and making a great save. And it keeps Barton in this match. So a big time play by the number 1 for Barton. And the match remains at 3-2 in favor of North Greenville. Well, fantastic stuff by the goalkeeper for Barton, and making up for her own mistake to give away the penalty in the first place. But going back to that schedule for North Greenville, they lost to UNC Pembroke on September 25th by a score of 2-0. Then they played Belmont Abbey at home on September 29th and won by a score of 5-2. Then they played at Mount Olive, the reigning conference champs, a rematch of the conference championship from this past spring. And they tied them on the road 2-2. Then they played Converse University in this stadium and won 5-0. And as this matchup is going on right now, the previous matchup saw the Crusaders win 1-0 from a lone goal off a penalty kick by Abby Mayer. Then the Southern Wesleyan Warriors were the next team they faced, and they won by a score of 5-0. Then they beat King on October 16th, 3-0. Then they tied Leeds McRae 0-0. They beat Francis Marion by a score of 3-0 in the stadium. And then they beat Erskine 4-0 in Pepsi Stadium, and their most recent matchup on October 29th was against Shaw University, and here they are today in the quarterfinals. Short corner taken by North Greenville and cleared away by Barton. And now here they are on the counterattack with Olivia Bronson. Alexis Goldberg, nice ball played through. On this far side is Taylor Smith for the Bulldogs, taking on Kayla Cruz, and all the way back it goes to the goalkeeper for the Crusaders, Lizzie Luzzy. So Luzzy claims, and she will take this punt. Out it goes for a Barton throw-in, but before that happens, some substitutions will come into the match for both teams. And it looks like for the Crusaders, it's number 6, Cameron Pagliaro. And for the Bulldogs, it's number 28. And that's Caitlin Bragg checking back in, the senior from Swansboro, North Carolina, at the top of your screen. So a throw in for the Crusaders now with Alyssa Mendez. And folks, if you're just joining us, you just missed a very eventful first 20 minutes of the first half. And just moments ago, North Greenville won a penalty kick. Emma Shear, the senior, won it. It was taken by senior Shelby Shepard, but it brought up a huge save from the junior goalkeeper for Barton, Rachel Cox. So now a free kick for the Bulldogs, and it's going to be taken by Evie Kenna. Long ball played forward, into the box it goes towards Olivia Bronson. And North Greenville clears. And here they are on the counterattack with Megan Beal. Cleared away by Kenna once again. Olivia Bronson running onto it. Ansley Robinson with defending to do, and she defends well and clears it out of play for a Barton throw-in. And Barton has one more throw after Robinson is there once again. Now here's North Greenville on the counterattack with Megan Beal looking for the run of Faith Needler, who scored the opening goal of the first half, trying to get around Haley Grunberg. And Rachel Cox will make the save. So now Cox will punt forward. She finds the feet of Shelby Shepard. And going down from the challenge on that far side is one of the Barton players, and it will be a free kick to the Bulldogs. So the free kick going into the box, cleared away by North Greenville, and Cameron Pagliaro is running onto it, the senior from Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Given away by Grunberg to Beal, but it's won back by the Bulldogs. And here is Haley Russell finding, well, momentarily that was Caitlin Bragg running onto it, but the play will be stopped for a throw-in for the Crusaders. Hazelwood looking for Beal. And then Shepard heads it on, looking for the run of, looks like on that far side is Emma Shear. And it's going to be a easy gather for Rachel Cox. Time continuing to run down. And with Barton still being 3-2 down, they need a couple more chances as they're still in search for the equalizing goal. Olivia Bronson. Nice tackle by Cameron Pagliaro, who clears and finds Romy Contreras. She's looking for the run of Emma Shear. Haley Grunberg now with work to do. And Rachel Cox will clear. Romy Contreras with the takeaway. She turns the defender, looking for the run of Faith Needler. Needler gets there before Rachel Cox. She plays at the top of the box and finds Shelby Shepard with a shot. It's deflected. And Haley Russell is there for the Bulldogs to clear things away. Well, another very nervy moment for the Bulldogs as Alexis Goldberg goes down from the challenge of Alyssa Mendez, and it will be a free kick to the Bulldogs. So Evie Kenna will take this free kick for the Bulldogs. And she finds the head of Natalie Johnson. Headed away by Sarah Hazelwood. And it will be a corner kick to the Bulldogs with 22-25 left to go in the second half. Very tight contest still between both of these teams. And let's see if either North Greenville can hang on to their 3-2 lead, or will Barton get that equalizing goal they're hoping for. So Haley Russell will stand over this corner kick. Outswinging corner kick towards the front post. Good save by Lizzie Luzzy to keep it out. Otherwise, it's 3-3. Taylor Smith. Kenna. Russell. Crosses towards the back post. Bronson. And cleared away by North Greenville once again. Well, a very good save by the junior goalkeeper for North Greenville to keep them in this game and keep their lead intact. But before things continue, some more subs will check back in. It looks like number 42, Hannah Johnson, and number 23, Brenna Keegan, checking into the match for the Bulldogs. All the way back, that clearance goes to Lizzie Luzzy. And she will pick it up as the clock continues to wind. Hazelwood. Loose touch by Pagliaro. Well, North Greenville still hanging on to that lead and trying to get to a very familiar place that they got to this past spring. And that is the championship final of the Conference Carolinas Women's Soccer Tournament. in the semifinal this past spring. They took on the Leeds-McRae Bobcats, and after beating them to get through, Andy Robinson's team came up just short against the reigning champions, the Mount Olive Trojans, and they lost by a score of 1-0. But all that took place this past spring at the Florence Soccer Complex in Florence, South Carolina, and that is the place they're trying to get back to, and they will do just that if they keep this lead. Haley Russell now on the attack for the Bulldogs, finding the run of, looks like it's Hannah Johnson. Russell again, winning it back, finding Brenna Keegan. Faith Needler will win it back and will clear it out of play for another throw in for Barton. Here's Vorholt crossing into the box, cleared away by Shelby Shepard. Now here's Ashley Dacus, finding Hannah Johnson, who scored the second goal in the first half for Barton. Here's Johnson again. She's onside, but it will go out of play for a North Greenville throw-in. Alyssa Mendez takes the throw. As Cassie Krull gets the return from Ashley Dacus. Hazelwood. Megan Beal now plays forward. And coming into the match for North Greenville is number 22. Right there on the left side of your screen is Victoria Valentine, the senior from Fort Myers, Florida, for the Crusaders, as the referee awards a goal kick to North Greenville after that play by Barton. Nice move by Romy Contreras to get around the defender, but play will continue with North Greenville as Cameron Pagliaro finds Evie Kenna for the Bulldogs. Back and forth stuff between both teams, and here is Kenna once again. Losing out to North Greenville, but Evie Kenna will win the throw. And before that throw-in happens, looks like another sub will come into the match. Avery Vorholt looks like will come off, as well as Haley Russell for the Bulldogs. And coming in for them looks like it's number 25, Samantha Cole. As well as number 17, Kylie Bowers, the senior from Bensalem, Pennsylvania. And for Samantha Cole, she's a sophomore from Reedsville, North Carolina. So those two check in for Peter Mays and the Barton Bulldogs. And one more sub will check in for Barton at the top of your screen coming in. Nice play by Faith Needler to keep the ball in play, but her pass to Megan Beal comes just short. Here's Brenna Keegan. Given away by Barton, and now here's North Greenville on the counterattack with Victoria Valentine. Nice play there by the defender. That's Keely Bowen with the intervention for the Bulldogs. And here is the substitute. Looks like number 9, Alexis Goldberg, checking back in. Valentine again. So yes, Alexis Goldberg checks back in for the Bulldogs after coming off, the sophomore from Sanford, North Carolina. And now here's Cameron Pagliaro for the Crusaders. It eventually finds Faith Needler, who retains possession momentarily. She goes down from the challenge, and the referee says the ball is played. And the referee allows the play to continue with Sarah Hazelwood. Contreras looking for the run of Mackenzie Neff, who just came onto the field for North Greenville, who has a shot, and over the bar goes for a goal kick. Well, another one of those changes for the Crusaders. Not only Victoria Valentine, but number 13, Mackenzie Neff, the senior from Salem, Virginia. And Peter Mays brings in another change. And it looks like number 19, and that's Ashley Dacus checking back in for the Bulldogs. Well, folks, these last 14 minutes of the match are going to be pretty interesting as North Greenville is trying to maintain their 3-2 advantage and get back to a place that they have been before. And for Barton, they're trying to make history and get to a place where they haven't been in a while. Throw in for Alyssa Mendez to take. Natalie Johnson to Cameron Pagliaro. Needler. Out of play goes for another throw in. Needler, who found the first goal for the Crusaders in the first half. On the season with that goal is a total of 8 goals on the season and her 18th career goal since she joined the program 1 year ago. Nice throw in by Eleni Sprinkle in towards Mackenzie Neff, and a good save by Rachel Cox. And a good play by Natalie Johnson as well to keep Ashley Dacus from going any further. Eleni Sprinkle is also back into the match for North Greenville, as well as Haley Russell on this right side for the Bulldogs to Olivia Bronson. Nice tackle by Natalie Johnson to Needler. Mackenzie Neff. Nice ball out to Romy Contreras. Contreras continues forward. And she wins the throw in for North Greenville with 11 minutes now in the second half. Nice throw in by Lainey Sprinkle in towards Megan Beal. And here is Beal at the edge of the area. Crosses towards the back post. Mackenzie Neff is running onto it. And she finds Cameron Pagliaro. Needler cleared away. And it will be a throw in to the Crusaders. Some more substitutions coming in for both teams. First for Barton, as well as there's one for North Greenville. And looks like for the Crusaders, that's number 31, Alexa Fight, coming in for number 13, Mackenzie Neff. And end of the match for the Bulldogs. To check on those substitutes. Back and forth stuff now for Barton and North Greenville. A long shot from Barton, and it's a good save by Lizzie Luzzy to keep the game squared at 3-2. And with 9 minutes to go, the clock is continuing to wind down and time is running out for Barton. Given away though by North Greenville. Olivia Bronson has the shot. 3-3! Oh my goodness! Olivia Bronson, just as I was saying, Lizzie Luzzy made the save to keep it 3-2. Olivia Bronson cut to the outside, and she makes it 3-3. And for Peter Mays, he's over there clapping his hands, loving what he's seeing. And here's the replay, folks. It was a giveaway, looks like by Faith Needler. And the pass from Haley Russell found Olivia Bronson, who cut outside, had the shot with the right foot, and found the back of the net. And with 8:43 left to go in the second half, Barton has tied things up. Barton 3, North Greenville 3. Folks, you just can't write stuff like this. This is back and forth stuff. North Greenville took the lead 2-0. Barton tied it 2-2. North Greenville took the lead 3-2. And now with 8.5 minutes to go, Barton has tied things up 3-3. As Eleni Sprinkle comes off and Shelby Shepard comes back in. What a game. Throw in for North Greenville now to be taken by Alyssa Mendez. And for Andy Robinson's team, they have had the lead twice. And for Barton, they have tied the game up twice. And let's see how North Greenville can respond. Amanda Barata also checking back into the game for Barton in that back line. So now the question comes, who wants it more, the Bulldogs or the Crusaders? Both these teams fighting for a chance to get into the semifinals of the tournament. They will be taking on UNC Pembroke next Friday, November 12th at the Florence Soccer Complex in Florence, South Carolina. But that is the next destination for one of these teams. The question is, who is it going to be? North Greenville wins the throw-in once again. Alyssa Mendez, Needler, finding Megan Beal, and Beal will run into a scrambling Haley Grunberg, and she will win a corner kick for North Greenville with 6:45 left to go in the second half. You can feel the crowd on the edge of their seats, anxious to see how this game is going to finish out. Alyssa Mendez, the senior for North Greenville, on the far side to take it. Several targets for her to aim for. Here's the delivery. In towards the 6. Punched away by Rachel Cox, and the referee will give a free kick the other way for Barton. So Rachel Cox has the free kick. She clears it long. And it will be a throw-in for the Crusaders. Ball forward by North Greenville, and Rachel Cox has to clear, and she does so, and she also finds a pass to Alexis Goldberg, but taken away from her by Alyssa Mendez. Mendez to Johnson. Throw in for North Greenville. Well, folks, this is one of the other quarterfinals taking place right now. The other quarterfinal is currently going on between the number 4 seed, Lees McCrae, and the other team they're facing is Belmont Abbey. And for the Belmont Abbey, the Crusaders, they are currently in 5th place in the Conference Carolinas women's soccer standings. So number 4 versus number 5. And they're at halftime right now in Banner Elk, North Carolina. And the score between both those teams is 0-0. That game is also on the Conference Carolinas digital network. But this quarterfinal has seen 6 goals total in this game. 3 goals for each team. And in contrast for the Bobcats and the Belmont Abbey Crusaders, they're at a 0-0 deadlock right now at halftime. But for now, with 4 minutes to go, one of these teams is trying to settle the difference in regulation. And here is Sarah Hazelwood for the Crusaders, finding Natalie Johnson, who goes down and wins the free kick for North Greenville. Sarah Hazelwood with a long ball forward. Cleared away, only as far as Shelby Shepard. 3:12 left to go in the second half. Hazelwood will watch this ball go out of play for a throw-in. Now 3 minutes to go in Tigerville. Mendez to take the throw. Amanda Barata is there, and it's cleared away by Gianna Ferrigni for the Bulldogs. Both benches for both teams are not only on the edge of their feet, but also standing up, just anticipating whatever could happen in this last 2:16 of the second half. Here's Olivia Bronson for the Bulldogs. To Lexus Goldberg. Getting past Natalie Johnson. Lexus Goldberg blocked away by Sarah Hazelwood. Romy Contreras wins it back. Cassie Cruel taking on Romy Contreras. Contreras coming all the way back from the forward position, and she finds the feet of Abby Mayer. Mendez. Natalie Johnson with the tackle, and referee allows play to continue. Megan Beal looking for Abby Mayer, and she can't control it, and out it goes for a throw-in with 1 minute and 26 seconds to go in the second half. Barata. Playing long for the Bulldogs, and once again, it's a ball that will go out of play. Kayla Cruz is also back into the match for Cameron Pagliaro on the left side for the Crusaders. And here she is finding Shelby Shepard. Shepard plays long. Last minute in the second half as Shepard was looking for, I guess, Alexa Fight. And Rachel Cox with a long punt. .45 seconds to go in the second half. Still a chance for both these teams to get a goal in regulation. Referee allows play to continue. Olivia Bronson. Maybe one last chance for the Bulldogs in this second half as Bronson takes a shot from way out. And it is easily claimed by Lizzie Luzzy. Luzzy will punt forward. Last 15 seconds of the second half. Mendez.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6.
Mendez clears long and finds Amanda Barata.
3.
And the last seconds tick off the clock in the second half. And folks, that is the end of regulation. Well, Barton, what a fantastic job by them to get right back in this game. After going 2-0 down in the first half, they tied it 2-2. And after going down 3-2 at halftime, late in the second half, number 32, Olivia Bronson, gets the equalizing goal. And now with that, the game is tied with the score being Barton 3, North Greenville 3. And we will see overtime to come between both of these teams. And as these teams take a quick break, we will take a quick break with them as well. And we'll be back here in just a few moments on the Conference Carolina's digital network for the initial kickoff of the first period of overtime.
Hey, he does work in mysterious ways.
Well, folks, welcome back to the Conference Carolina's digital network for this quarterfinal between Barton and North Greenville. Both of these teams are tied 3-3, and after they couldn't settle that difference in the rest of regulation, this quarterfinal matchup will go to the first period of overtime. So we're going to kick things off here in just a moment. But let's take a second to highlight the ladies who scored the goals in both the first and second halves. The opening goal for the Crusaders was scored by Faith Needler. The second goal was scored by Megan Beal off a corner kick. Then the Barton College Bulldogs responded in the first half with 2 goals, one from number 9, Lexus Goldberg, at the bottom of your screen right there, and number 42, the freshman, that's Hannah Johnson. And then in the second half, at the end of the first half, Molly Platt scored a penalty kick, number 20 for the Crusaders. The goal that tied things up at 3-3 was scored by number 32, Olivia Bronson, who is on the ball right now for the Bulldogs. So off we go for the first period of overtime, as Ainsley Robinson will clear it forward. Amanda Barata is there for the Bulldogs. And now here's Emma Shear playing it long. Romy Contreras making a run against Haley Grunberg, and Rachel Cox is there at the top of her box to make the claim. Rachel Cox will clear it long. Cassie Cruel. Nice play there by Caitlin Bragg. And now here's Samantha Cole. Evie Kenna cleared away by Sarah Hazelwood. And now Romy Contreras will win it back for North Greenville. And for the Bulldogs, Johnny on the spot is Evie Kenna, once again the captain, playing her part. And she finds Haley Russell on this right side for Barton. Getting past Kayla Cruz, driving into the box, cutting inside, finding Olivia Bronson. Russell. Cruel. Russell will find Samantha Cole, who finds Olivia Bronson, and Ainsley Robinson will clear. Cassie Cruel wins it back and has a shot, and it goes just wide. Lizzie Luzzy was worried for a second and just had to make sure that she had it covered, and she did. And it will be a goal kick to Lizzie Luzzy and the North Greenville Crusaders. Gianna Ferrigny with the takeaway for Barton. Haley Russell giving it away to Natalie Johnson, and now here's North Greenville with a chance to counter. Kayla Cruz. Needler. Shepard, who missed the penalty kick late in the second half to potentially win the game for them. Emma Shear now cuts inside and has a shot with her left foot, and it's a comfortable save, but an important save by Rachel Cox. Shepard. Faith Needler making another run on the left side. Haley Grunberg is there for the Bulldogs. And out of play goes for another throw-in. Well, for both of these teams, and especially for the Bulldogs, they've had quite the few overtime games in the past few weeks. Earlier we talked about how Barton had back-to-back ties that finished 1-1 in double overtime, as they had 2 road games at Chowan where they tied them 1-1, and then they tied Lees McRae 1-1 on October 23rd. And the other tie they had this season was against Belmont Abbey on the road, and they tied 1-1 against them as well in double overtime. And here they are in another overtime matchup against North Greenville, as Romy Contreras finds Emma Shearer, and Shearer will kick the ball to Rachel Cox. Cox finds Haley Russell, who gets the return from Cassie Cruel. Ball will stay in play for Haley Russell, and now the play will be whistled out for a throw-in, but not before some substitutes will come into the match for both teams. Looks like checking into the match for North Greenville for Megan Beal is number 22, Victoria Valentine. And for the Bulldogs is number 27, Keely Bowen, as well as number 19, Ashley Dacus. Given away by Barton to Romy Contreras, looking for Faith Needler. That's also Taylor Smith on the far side for the Bulldogs. And some defending for Smith to do here against Faith Needler, who gets around her. Still the number 9 goes. She has a shot with her right foot. Great save by Rachel Cox to keep her team in the game. The number 6 team in the conference holding their ground against the number 3 team, North Greenville, as this game is tied 3-3. And with 4 minutes left to go in the first period of overtime, things continue to stay how they are as they ended at the end of regulation. Gianna Ferrigny finds Olivia Bronson, who scored the equalizing goal in the second half to draw things level at 3-3. Ferrigny now to Haley Russell. Valentine finds Mendez, and the flick by Megan Beal, who checked back into the match for Shelby Shepard just a moment ago. Ferrigny with a nice ball played through towards Lexus Goldberg, and a nice save by Lizzie Luzzy. And actually that was Ashley Dacus who was making the run in the box. But a nice ball played through there by the outside back for the Bulldogs, the freshman from Brick, New Jersey, Gianna Ferrigny. Cleared away by Robinson rather, and it will be a throw in for the Bulldogs with 2:40 left to go in the first period of overtime. Natalie Johnson. One back by Faith Needler, who gets a nice move by Needler. And it's cleared away by the Barton Bulldogs. Throw in to come for North Greenville. Well, as I mentioned, Barton has had 3 ties this year, and all of them have gone to double overtime against 3 different teams in Conference Carolinas. Before North Greenville, they have 4 ties on the season. The first they had against the Lenoir Rhine University ladies team, and they tied them 1-1 on the road, and at that time they were number 11 in the nation in Division II. They also tied Mount Olive in a conference game earlier this season on October 2nd, and they tied that game 2-2. Then they played Lees McRae on October 19th, and they tied them by a score of 0-0. And, of course, their other draw was at the very beginning of the season in a 2-2 double overtime draw against the Lander Bearcats. So both teams knowing what it's like to play in overtime, and they're doing just that in this matchup, what that has just a little more significance in terms of placement in the Conference Carolinas Women's Soccer Tournament semifinals that will take place next Friday, November 12th. But with 40 seconds left to go in the first period of overtime, here is Megan Beal winning the ball for the Crusaders and playing to the outside and finding Emma Shear. Shear driving forward and taking on Gianna Ferrigni, who makes a great tackle. And now here's Lexus Goldberg for the Bulldogs. 20 seconds to go. Hazelwood will play long for North Greenville. Cleared away by Gianna Ferrigni.
9.
And now it's Kayla Cruz.
7, 6, 5, 4.
Faith Needler.
3.
Last few seconds tick off the clock.
1.
And that is it for the first period of overtime. Still remains the same score between both of these teams, 3-3, after the first 10 minutes have been played. And once again, these teams are going to take a quick break, and we'll take a quick timeout with them. Alrighty, welcome back to the Conference Carolinas Digital Network once again. North Greenville and Barton are still locked at 3-3 after what has been a fantastic game between both of these teams. Seeing plenty of goals after the first matchup between both of these teams only saw one goal earlier this season, back when these teams last played on October the 9th. But today, in this quarterfinal of the Conference Carolinas Women's Soccer Championships, we've seen 6 goals, 3 shared between both of these teams. And we're about to get things started for the second period of overtime between both of these teams. North Greenville will have the ball for this period as Shelby Shepard kicks it back to Sarah Hazelwood. And she finds Romy Contreras on the attack for North Greenville. And now it's Barton on the counter for the Bulldogs with Olivia Bronson, but the offsides flag is raised. So free kick for North Greenville now for Sarah Hazelwood. And she sends it long into the box. Shelby Shepard is there. And that's cleared away by Barton. Only as far as Olivia Bronson. Let's see what the Bulldogs can do on this counterattack. Haley Russell plays long. Looking for Alexis Goldberg, and off her line comes Lizzie Luzzy. And an important play by the goalkeeper to Ansley Robinson. Cleared away by the Bulldogs, and another throw in for the Crusaders to be taken by the Fort Lauderdale, Florida senior, Cameron Pagliaro. Sarah Hazelwood, Natalie Johnson, Shelby Shepard. Given away by Kayla Cruz. And Cruz wins it back brilliantly to Alexa Fight, who keeps it in play. Alexa Fight cutting inside of Taylor Smith, looking for Romy Contreras, and now Fight wins it back. Fight finding Faith Needler, who's in the box. And Gianna Ferrigni was there in the nick of time. Kayla Cruz now wins it back for North Greenville. Alexa Fight goes down for the challenge. Referee says no foul and allows play to continue. Natalie Johnson has the shot, and it's a save by Rachel Cox. Well, you can see here on the bottom of your screen, the crowd is on their feet, cheering the Crusaders on, trying to help them get the breakthrough goal that if they get in this second period of overtime, it will take them through to the semifinals of the tournament. Cameron Pagliaro. Nice ball over top looking for Faith Needler. And a nice play there by the center back. That's Keely Bowen. However, if the difference will not be settled in this second period of overtime, this game will go to a penalty shootout, which would be the first of the year for North Greenville. And speaking of penalties, we've seen two in this game so far. The first penalty was at the end of the first half. It was won by the foul by Rachel Cox on Faith Needler, and the penalty was converted by number 20, Molly Platt, for the Crusaders. Megan Beal has a long shot from way out, and out it goes for a goal kick for Rachel Cox with now 6 minutes to go in the second period of overtime. So Molly Platt converted the original penalty at the end of the first half to beat Rachel Cox to her right side. But in the second half, North Greenville won another penalty that was won by Emma Shear, and then Shelby Shepard took it, and she missed as Rachel Cox made a huge save for the Bulldogs. So for now, a throw in for Barton. Haley Russell. Johnson. Olivia Bronson. Here's Gianna Ferrigni on this far right side. Now it's North Greenville on the counterattack with Romy Contreras. Romy Contreras, who has speed on that right side, still going. And she finds Faith Needler. Here's a chance for North Greenville to maybe get that goal they're looking for. Shelby Shepard trying to win it back, and she goes down. And now here's Barton with the counterattack with Haley Russell. 4.5 minutes to go in the second period of overtime in Tigerville. One back by Cameron Pagliaro for North Greenville. And now here's Evie Kenna. Finding Haley Russell. Haley Russell cuts inside of Kayla Cruz. Has the cross in, cleared away by Ainsley Robinson. But Russell wins it back. Russell will win the throw in. Bronson, who scored that crucial third goal towards the end of the second half a little bit ago. Cassie Krull, she takes a long shot, saved by Lizzie Luzzy. There's still time for one of these teams to get the winning goal with 3.5 minutes to go in the second overtime period before a penalty shootout will ensue. And let's see what happens with Barton here. North Greenville wins it back. Megan Beal finding Faith Needler on this right side. Needler looking for Romy Contreras, cleared away by Haley Grunberg. 3 minutes now on the clock in the second period of overtime. Contreras winning it back for North Greenville, getting around defenders. Here's Faith Needler. Getting around the defender again, crosses in the box, toward the back post. Shelby Shepard heads it wide, only as far as Alexa Fight. Trying to get inside. Alyssa Mendez checks back in for the Crusaders as they win another throw-in. Now with 2:10 left to go in the second half of the overtime. Mendez finds Contreras. Mendez again. Crosses towards the back post. Shelby Shepard is there. Contreras again with a shot. And saved by Rachel Cox. Good attempt by Contreras. But Rachel Cox was in the right place at the right time. Olivia Bronson getting the return from Haley Russell. Bronson playing in the middle for Hannah Johnson, who also came on. She scored the second goal of the 3 scored by Barton. Out of play goes for a Barton throw-in. Now there's 1 minute and 15 seconds to go in the second period of overtime. Crossing the box, out of play goes for a throw-in. Last 60 seconds of overtime before penalties. Lizzie Luzzy finds Alyssa Mendez. Taking on Haley Russell. Johnson wins it back and finds Megan Beal. Playing forward, looking for Faith Needler or Romy Contreras. Running onto it is Keely Bowen. Gianna Ferrigny keeps it in play. Cuts inside. Last 30 seconds of the second period of overtime. Here's Evie Kenna. She plays a long ball forward. One of the last chances for both of these teams. 20 seconds now. Kenna again. Kenna plays forward, headed away by Sarah Hazelwood. And with a few more seconds to go, it will be a free kick for Barton. Last one before this period of overtime, and it's a save by Lizzie Luzzy. And the clock runs out. Both teams remain tied 3-3, and that will mean a penalty shootout will come up next on the Conference Carolinas Digital Network, and that penalty shootout will decide which team, either Barton or North Greenville, will go through to the semifinals of the Conference Carolinas Women's Soccer Tournament. So while these teams are getting situated, we'll take a quick timeout, and we'll be back here in a few moments for the penalty shootout. Alrighty, folks. Well, it is the dreaded penalty shootout for both of these teams. After a 3-3 contest, the deadlock could not be broken in regulation or overtime between these two teams. So North Greenville is up first to take the first PK, and it will be Emma Shear versus Emma Cox. And Emma Shear scores. Really good penalty kick from her, finding the top left corner, getting beyond the junior goalkeeper, Rachel Cox. And if you're Andy Robinson, that's a great way to start for the Crusaders. And for the Bulldogs now, it is number 6, the captain, Evie Kenna, the senior from Aldershot, England, to take the first penalty kick for the Bulldogs. She steps up, and Lizzie Luzzy makes the save! What a save by the junior goalkeeper! For Lizzie Luzzy, the junior from King, North Carolina, makes a huge save. And it keeps the advantage intact for North Greenville. But what a fantastic save by Lizzie Luzzy. Now for Sarah Hazelwood, the center back who has played just about the entire game, the senior from Tigerville, South Carolina. She steps up, and she slots it in the right corner. A beautiful penalty. And it's 2-0 to North Greenville so far. Well, a really good start for Andy Robinson's side. 2 goals and a big save from Lizzie Luzzy against Evie Kenna. And now for the Bulldogs, it's Cassie Cruel, the junior from Rockport, Maine. She's played a very good game, playing center mid for Peter Mays. And here is Cruel with her left foot. Slots it into the bottom left corner very calmly. And it's 2-1 now in the shootout. Very good penalty kick from Cassie Cruel. And now stepping up for the Crusaders is the small but mighty Romy Contreras, who has scored 8 goals on the season. She has 1 assist. Rachel Cox has 1 save in this game. It's Romy Contreras now. She slots it into the right corner, and she scores as well. It is 3-1. And now Barton have put themselves in a situation where they have to score. Stepping up to take the penalty is number 10, Haley Russell, the senior from Jacksonville, North Carolina, the graduate of Dixon High School. Lizzie Luzzy already made 1 save. Russell takes. Into the left corner it goes. A very good penalty from Russell. Lizzie Luzzy was so close to getting the 2nd save of the shootout for her.
Let's go, Ray!
But now it is all in the hands of the next penalty taker for North Greenville. And up next for the Crusaders is Victoria Valentine, number 22, the senior from Fort Myers, Florida. If she scores this, the Crusaders are through to the semifinals. It is Valentine. She scores! Great penalty by Valentine. And now a chance for Barton. They have to score here to keep their season alive, at least for now. Stepping up now is number 5, Haley Grunberg, the sophomore from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Lizzie Luzzy jumping on her line. Haley Grunberg now against Lizzie Luzzy. She will take with the right foot. It is Grunberg. Oh, and it was very close to being saved by Lizzie Luzzy. But it goes into the back of the net, and she does just enough for the Bulldogs. And now, this penalty will decide. If North Greenville score here, they are through to the semifinals. And it is number 16, Shelby Shepard, the senior from Johns Creek, Georgia. She took a penalty in regulation against Cox, and Cox saved it to her right-hand side. Shelby Shepard now with a chance to send her team through to the semifinals. Here she comes. Into the net it goes! That's the final whistle. And folks, the Crusaders have done it. on the penalty shootout. Shelby Shepard wins the game for the Crusaders. She finds the back of the net, and look at the celebrations. The North Greenville Lady Crusaders are through to the semifinals of the 2021-22 Women's Soccer Tournament. They will face UNC Pembroke next Friday, November 12th. What an amazing game for both of these teams. Barton has fallen just short, and North Greenville, just like they did this past spring, are going back to Florence for the semifinals of the tournament. What a hard-fought game by Andy Robinson's Crusaders, and you got to give them credit for the Barton Bulldogs for fighting so hard, tying the game twice. But in the PK shootout, Lizzie Luzzy made one save to deny number 6, Evie Kenna. And with that, North Greenville has done the job, and they are through to the semifinals of the 2021-22 Women's Soccer Tournament. Folks, that is your final score. 3-3 in regulation and overtime. North Greenville wins 5-3 on the penalty shootout. Thank you once again so much for joining us on the Conference Carolinas Digital Network.